Protestant. I talked to you on Williams' channel again before, like
I
2 days
don't know.
ago.
Yeah, you think I'm old, brother, but go ahead.
Oh, it was about the Job 38. I just want your. I don't.
That's right. Yep, Job 38. You were the one who's talking to your Jehovah's Witness father?
Yeah, I brought that up to him about it's passive observers and that, and he said that they were working. Those sons of God were working with God, so they
No, it
weren't
doesn't.
passive.
Nope. Show me that.
So how can I show them to them?
Brother, first of all, where does it say they're working with him? First of all, did they show you that?
They said Proverbs 8, I think 22 through.
No, that's actually proving your case, brother. You're a smart young man. So can you show me in Proverbs 8:22 where it says the sons of God were working with Jehovah? It says the wisdom of God.
Yeah, they were
How
saying
does that equate to the sons of God, brother?
that's what I told them. They said that he was taught that son of God was Jesus in Proverbs, that he
Who?
was the wisdom.
So yeah, but then you're proving my case. If the sons of God did not assist Jehovah in creating the earth, but Jesus did, and Jesus God's wisdom, then God's wisdom is not a creature. They just made your case, young man. You just got to know how to argue your case.
Okay.
Okay, think about it again. Does Job 38:7 show that the sons of God rejoiced when they saw God create the earth? Yeah, right. Remember that?
Yeah.
Did it say that they helped him create anything?
No, it doesn't. But they were telling me when it said these are questions to Job, and they were saying like this would just be a dumb question to ask Job if he did, if because he was questioning Job, I guess, in this paragraph.
Brother, you're confusing me because you brought up Job 38:7.
Yeah. This is what
Yeah,
they were saying though.
Charlie, you know you're not going to get anywhere because you're discombobulated. I'm trying to help you, but you're too discombobulated.
Okay. I'll
How old
shut
are
up.
you?
20.
You're the son I never wanted. Okay, who brought up Job 38:7? Me or the Jehovah Witness?
Jehovah Witness.
So then why is it when I use it against you, now it's simply a rhetorical question?
I was just trying to tell you what they were saying to me.
No, I know, but you're not listening, brother.
I'm sorry. I don't.
Do you understand I'm responding to them? But you're
Yeah.
not, because you're, no, you're not, because you're, oh, well, I would just tell you what they said. Please don't get angry at me. I'm responding
Okay.
to Jehovah Witness.
Okay.
So
All right.
I was responding as if you're the Jehovah Witness.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Hello? Did you color your hair? Were you blonde?
No, I'm brown now.
You should color it blonde. Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Jehovah Witness.
Okay.
Job 38:7, you quoted it to me, right? Yes. Now when I show you, it refutes you because none of the sons of God created the earth. You now say, oh, but it's just questions to Job. Then why did you bring it up, Mr. Jehovah Witness?
Oh, yeah, true.
That's number one. Mr. Jehovah Witness, how can the sons of God help God create anything when we're told in Job 9:8, he alone stretches out the heavens and tramples down the waves of the sea. So if he does it alone, who helped him?
Wow. Yeah.
Mr. Jehovah Witness, I know you're going to try to explain this away. Isaiah 44:24. Thus says Yahweh your Redeemer, and the one who formed you from the womb. I, Yahweh, am the maker of all things, stretching out the heavens by myself, spreading out the earth all alone, Mr. Jehovah Witness.
Yeah.
But now you're going to tell me, but Isaiah 40:45, Isaiah 40:55, God is talking about the gods of the Babylonians. They're false gods, and none of them helped him. That's how they're going to explain this. I was alone in contrast to your gods because none of them were there. All right, but Mr. Jehovah Witness, Job 9:8 says the same thing, and there's nothing about the gods of the nations. He did it all alone.
Yeah. Wow.
So then, Mr. Jehovah Witness, if none of the sons of God helped Jehovah create, then tell me, how can Jesus be a creature, Mr. Jehovah Witness?
Yeah. Brought that up to them too.
And what they say?
Even nothing. They backtrack a lot. They just go to different
That's
verses.
what I'm telling you. I'm trying to catch them. You're
Yeah.
Sam, don't be angry at me, please, Sam. I love you, man. You're the Brad Pitt of Christian apologetics. I have a picture of you, Sam. Don't do that. And you better not fall, mister. Because then if you fall, I'm going to have to burn your picture and burn incense to William Albrecht. And that's a lot of incense to burn for a person that big. But anyway, you got
Yeah.
okay, that's what I do. I say, wait, buddy. I didn't quote Job 38. You did.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
What I showed you that Job 38 shows that the sons of God were observing God. Look, the pronoun. Where were you when did he say when we laid the foundation of the earth?
No.
Tell me if you have no understanding. Who sets its measure since you know? Or who stretched the line on it? On what were its bases sung? Or who laid its cornerstone when the morning star sang together and all the sons of God shouted for joy? He's saying the angelic host saw God create the earth and rejoiced at what God created. They didn't help him. So if Jesus is a created son of God, then he didn't help God create.
Yeah.
So I'm showing you how this verse backfires against you, Mr. Jehovah Witness. When I tell them, oh, well, it's just questions to Job, then why did you bring up this passage if it's a question to Job?
Yeah, true.
You get it?
Yeah. This is really helpful. Yeah. It's hard to talk, like, as you're so good at keeping them in the fire, and like I'm so new to this.
I know.
So,
when you get like,
how do you keep him there?
No, well, you don't let him go. Say no. We'll get there. Let's finish this point. You rein them in, but that's okay. You're 20. By the time you're 53, you're going to be an old, grumpy, impatient man like me. Don't worry about it. I was like you when I was 20.
Yeah.
That's what I say to them, Mr. Jehovah Witness. You got it now, Mr. Jehovah Witness?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that right there, the very text they use back for us, because Jehovah repeats, he created the heavens by himself. He stretched out the earth all alone. Now, their response here is, well, Isaiah 40 to 55, God is condemning the gods of the Babylonians. So what they're going to tell you is, no, he's talking about the Babylonian gods. None of them were with him. He was alone in comparison to them. That's what they're going to say, right?
I guess, yeah.
No, they will say that, believe me, because I've had them say that to me. So, all right, let me say you're right. Job 9, there's nothing about the gods of other nations, and God still said he stretched out the heavens alone.
Mm-hmm.
So then how could Jesus have created the heavens, or how could the Father create the heavens through Jesus if he did it all alone?
Yeah, that reminds me. They were saying the heavens were not actual heaven. It was like they used like I heard them say this again to you before about like they use our knowledge. It's not like actual knowledge for us. It's like for us to understand, if that makes sense. It's not actual heaven. That's what they were trying to tell me.
What do you mean actual heavens? So when it says God created the heavens and the heaven of heavens and all their hosts, what heaven of heavens?
Yeah, exactly. They didn't let me get to that point.
So I'd say, what heaven of heavens did God create? And where do angels dwell? In a non-heaven?
Yeah. But Jesus wasn't dwelling there in their yes. Logic. They were somewhere Jehovah.
Because God created through him, right?
Yeah.
So then if God created the heavens through Jesus, where did Jesus dwell?
They would say in Jehovah, which makes zero sense.
Man. That's what I want them to say. So, but there's nothing in Jehovah that's created.
Exactly. Or they would say he's beside Jehovah. Would be forced time.
Beside where? That means there's a space that exists aside of Jehovah, but space only comes into being when heavens and earth are created.
Yeah.
So what aside of Jehovah?
That just makes any sense. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't get where they get all this stuff from.
No, they can't, because you stumped them. That's my point, buddy. When they start talking like that, you stumped them.
Yeah, and then they bring up, always.
That's beautiful. But you want me to deal with that too?
I did. I brought up David, and they said that act, it wasn't actually about David. That's symbolic. That's about his seed.
You mean, so you're still proving my case. If it's about his seed, Solomon wasn't the firstborn of David's sons.
Yeah.
So how does that refute you?
They were just saying, they went on a tangent, and they went on saying,
even though it says, I found David my servant, Psalm 89, 19 to 27. Mm-hmm. So it's not about David. Even says, I found David my servant. With my oil I have anointed him, and says, he will call to me, you are my father, my God, the rock of my salvation. I shall also make him my firstborn, the highest kings of the earth. So even if it's about his seed, none of his seeds were the first king. David was king before them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And many of the sons that came after were not the oldest son. Solomon wasn't David's oldest son. So how are they the firstborn?
Yeah, exactly.
So
They
what
were.
are you going to tell you,
Yeah.
Mister?
What are they gonna tell me?
Yeah.
Nothing, because they can't.
All right,
They
go
get
ahead.
mad. They know you, and they're like, stop bringing up these Sam Shimon debate
No way.
tactics.
They know me?
They say that. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
They know. How do they know me, man? Where do they know me from?
I guess YouTube. I guess
Damn, Gina, I'm famous.
you are. God
Damn,
Logic
Gina.
reposted it too.
Who? What is it?
God Logic repost all your like TikTok clips.
Me? Do y'all just posting my stuff?
Yeah,
You know, he's got good taste. I just want you to know that.
I love
Okay,
God
I'm going to
Logic
show you
too.
something.
Yeah.
Now here, I'm going to give you this article. Say, hold on. Your own society admitted that if they translated Colossians 1 literally, it would prove Jesus is the creator. So here's the article for
Yeah.
everyone. Do you know about this article or no?
Yeah, it's in their watchtower, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but do you know about the article though, or you know this first time?
No, not this one, I guess. No, because
Okay,
I
watch
know
it.
there's some about this.
No, brother.
Oh, wow.
Buddy, take it easy, man. You think, I know you're 20, you think you know everything. When you get 53, then you're going to know that you didn't know much when you were 20.
Okay.
You're laughing at me or with me?
No, with you.
But I got to laugh first. I got you. You got to go to confession. All right, watch here. This is their Bible, right?
Yeah.
Look what they admit, man. Look, they admit they added the word other. Why? You see it right here?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to have you do me the pleasure of reading it.
Where it says all things?
I'm about to hang myself with my shoestrings. You see right here?
Yeah. All other things. A literal rendering of the Greek next would be all things. Compare kingdom linear. However, such a rendering could give you the impression that Jesus was not created, but the creator himself.
Pause.
Yeah.
Did you see what they say the little Greek says?
Yeah. Wow.
They just told you that the little Greek doesn't say all other things. They added the word other 4 times, right?
Yeah.
But they go, if we translate literally, then it would mean what? Read it.
It would mean that he'd be the creator himself.
So they admit to you, if they were to translate literally, Colossians 1:16-17, that Jesus would be the creator, not created. So they had to add the word other, because they say, well, it doesn't agree with the rest of the passages of the Bible. No, they just admit that it means he's the creator. So that means firstborn cannot mean the first one created.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. And I tried bringing up the interlinear where it says all things, but they don't ever want to go there.
All right. So, well, you're seeing, you're forcing them to try to acknowledge their errors, and they can't. So you're trying to force them to see, and they can't. But their own sources admit it. Now, moreover, firstborn of all creation. So do you take this literally? Firstborn, they'll say firstborn of all creation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say literally, let's say, but we got a problem. Firstborn of all creation would mean that creation produced Jesus as its firstborn. Because if I say the firstborn of Pharaoh, what does that mean?
Yeah. Firstborn of Pharaoh would be like his kid, I guess.
Yeah, it means that Pharaoh produced him as his first child, right?
Yeah.
So if they want to take the statement, firstborn of all creation, literally, that means he is creation's firstborn, which means creation produced him first.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
exactly.
understand my point?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Huh.
Let me get you the article on that. But go ahead, ask me whatever you want to ask me. Yeah.
Also, how do you get Jehovah? Like, I know you have a lot of experience with talking to Jehovah's Witnesses, but how do you get them to understand? Because like it's like they don't want to understand.
I don't have that ability, brother. It's the work of the Holy Spirit. You assume like somehow I have like this magical ability. I know I'm not good looking, but I'm not that good looking, dude.
Bro, I don't know. I go to all your videos and they're always conceding to the point.
They're always what?
Conceding.
Because I don't let them escape the topic. That's my point. I've forced them to
So
stand.
then why don't they understand? Like if they lose that, wouldn't they understand, okay, yeah, this makes more sense of what I actually believe?
Brother, there's several factors. Number one, to be told that what you believed all your life is a lie is a shock to the system.
Yeah.
That's number one. Now, I'll give you an example. Okay. So imagine someone says, your dad that raised you is not your dad. You're adopted. How would you feel?
I'd feel terrible. Yeah.
You wouldn't believe it, right?
Yeah.
But then if I give you the actual DNA that he's not your father, you'd be in a state of shock, right?
Yeah.
You'd be in denial, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'd be enraged.
Yeah.
Similarly, when you tell someone that they've invested their entire life worshiping a false god, you are hitting them with such a devastating blow that they go into shock. So this is not easy to swallow. It's not an easy pill to swallow, because that means they have to look back and saying, you mean to tell me 20 years I spent going door to door or going to society, all down the drain? It's all a lie. Everything I lost, everything I sacrificed, this is a shock to the system. Secondly,
Yeah.
you have Satan, who is working overtime, demons working overtime to convict you and put fear in you not to walk away, because Satan will be whispering, demons will whisper, hey, you turn away from Jehovah, you're going to hell or you're going to be destroyed. Don't listen to this man. There's Satan, there is sin in our flesh, and human tradition that we have been raised on thinking it's gospel truth. When you have all these forces against you, it takes the work of the Almighty Spirit to set you free.
Yeah, that's true. Because I was raised Jehovah's Witness, and I always believed
Yeah,
that
but you're only
until
20, brother.
yeah, that's true.
You
That's
left
very true.
early on. You know why you left? Because you did what the society did not want members to do, because you know this. If you know this, you can confirm. The society discourages Jehovah's Witnesses from reading non-literature.
Yep, that's super. It says in their own watchtower.
Say it again so people understand the brainwashing.
They say it in their own watchtower. They don't. I have the screenshots of it. It says like that if you read something else in the jw.org, you'll get the misunderstanding of apostates, or like you'll become apostate.
Yep. And they tell you don't read it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they can't stop that anymore because of the internet. So now, who's going to supervise what you see on the internet? The internet has now been the destruction of many ideologies. Believe it or not, I know it's going to offend some, the internet is destroying Islam, it's destroying atheism, it's destroying, let's say, all these different religious systems. And again, be careful. I don't want you to be offended when I say this. The internet is also destroying the claims of Protestantism against the ancient churches. Why?
Yeah, I'm not offended.
Internet, you now have access to the early Christian writings. And now, for the first time, you can go and read what these early Christian saints said. And they don't sound Lutheran or Baptist. They don't sound Pentecostal. So, but what is being strengthened? The internet is strengthening Christianity. The internet is proving the claims of Christianity, that Christ rose from the dead, a historical fact, that the historical Jesus claimed to be God. The Gospels are reliable Greco-Roman biographies, and it's now confirming the traditions held by the Orthodox and the Catholics. So these teachings and beliefs are being strengthened by the internet, whereas everything else is being destroyed. So this is why you left, because you had internet, didn't you?
Yeah.
And how did you find the lies about the Jehovah's Witnesses? Where?
So my friend, he's Protestant, and I was trying to have a debate with him, but I had no idea, because he had used all the arguments he got from you, logic, against me, and I had no idea how to answer it, right?
Where do you get it from? On the internet, right?
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
Get me, just what am I saying? Internet, right?
Yeah.
Now imagine you were living in the 80s and 90s, brother. You would be more sheltered and protected from this information, because there was no internet.
Yeah, that's true.
So because you're young, you didn't get fully indoctrinated. God saved you, and it was easier for you. For your dad, who's been a Jehovah's Witness, let's say, for 20, 30 years, and was never exposed to this because he didn't have the internet, you're shocking the hell out of his system. You're turning his worldview upside down. You mean to tell me, son, 30 years I wasted my life? Yeah, you did.
Yeah. He's probably kind of sad about it too.
Who wouldn't be sad? If I spent 30 years following a religious organization and I sacrificed my money to it and my time to it, and I lost friendships because of it, or jobs because of it, or marriages because of it, and then to find out it's a lie, I will be angry.
Yeah.
Can I give you a true story about it? By the way, this is another article showing you And I'm going to explain it for everyone else. True story. I know someone, I don't want to say who, very close. When I was transitioning between Protestantism and the ancient churches, leaving Protestantism for the ancient churches, there was a man who came to my Bible studies. Even during this time, I was open to the Assyrian Church, the Catholic Church, and the Orthodox Church, but I still hadn't made the jump. He met a beautiful young lady from the Assyrian Church of the East. Her dad, I believe, was a priest in the Assyrian Church. I want you to listen to this.
Okay.
And he told me, what do you think? I go, look, brother, there's no problem you marry her, because I wasn't against the Assyrian Church at this time. I go, but they're going to have a problem with you. I go, why? Because number one, you don't believe the way the Assyrian Church believes. You don't believe marriage is sacramental. And number two, you won't baptize your infants because you believe in believers' baptism. And her dad's not going to allow it. So you're going to have problems. You know what he did?
What?
He broke it off with her.
Dang.
And the man is now in his 40s and he's not married. And a godly woman was heartbroken. She loved him. Now, you understand what happened there?
Well,
now, he's watching me now, and he's seeing that I've left Protestantism, and I believe in infant baptism, and I believe that marriage is sacramental. Now, I can imagine his shock. In other words, I indirectly cost him a wife.
Dang. I think the thing I'm struggling with Protestantism, and because you did a thing a while ago about like the 7 churches in the Bible and Revelations, how that was the bishops, the angels with the bishops, and that made a lot of sense. So that's kind of where I'm leading towards, because I can't. If you're Protestant, can you really even go to the church fathers because they were Catholic?
No,
so yeah, so I can't even use them as in an argument if I wanted to.
You use them like yesterday. There was a guy, Rod of the Whore of Babylon, the Rod of Lucifer, some young punk, arrogant, stupid punk who thought he was intelligent. He was going to the Council of Chalcedon, taking one statement and rejecting the rest. That's Trinitarian. And William said, hold on. That statement is a Trinitarian statement. But you reject the Trinity, right? Yeah. So why are you quoting it?
Oh, yeah, I saw that. It was on William's thing, right?
Yeah, yesterday, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, before you leave, brother, I just sent you the link. Now, guys, I want you to understand this argument as well. If you say, firstborn of all creation, ask the Jehovah's Witness, do you want to take this literally? Meaning, do you literally believe he's the firstborn of all creation? They'll say yes. Say, now, all right, we got a problem. Now, watch the pattern. I need you to listen, guys. So, all right, let me show you how the firstborn of is used throughout the Bible. Abel, on his part, also brought the firstborn of his flock. The firstborn of his flock means the first produced by his flock, right?
Yeah.
So what produced what? Did the flock produce the firstborn, or did the firstborn produce the flock?
The firstborn produced the flock. Hello? Oh, no, I did. The flock produced the firstborn. I said it backwards.
The firstborn of his flock. So the firstborn produced the flock, or the flock produced the firstborn?
The flock produced the firstborn.
Okay. Second. Oh, man, bro. Is this the educational system? I want you to stop.
Yes. We all have iPhones, and at ChatGPT, we don't use anything.
Bro. Shoot, yeah, ChatGPT is going to help you in the future. But now, firstborn of Ishmael. Please don't tell me the firstborn produced Ishmael.
No, it didn't.
What does it mean to be the firstborn of Ishmael?
That Ishmael created the firstborn, or he.
So this is Ishmael's first son that he produced, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with firstborn of Esau?
Yeah.
Same thing with the firstborn of Egypt?
Oh, yeah.
And all the firstborn of the Egyptians, from their flock to their children, right?
Yeah.
Every firstborn of man. Did the firstborn produce man, or man produced their firstborn?
The man produced the firstborn.
Now we got a problem. Because now if we take it literally, firstborn of all creation, that means creation produced Christ first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
No.
So even if I agree with them, firstborn of all creation means Christ is created. But if they're going to be consistent, then it means creation produced Christ, not Christ produced creation.
Yeah.
And they don't even believe that.
No, they can't. Well, yeah, that would kind of just be unlogical for sure.
That's what I try to tell them. Say, hold on. If you want me to believe this literally that he's the first created, then who created him? They'll say God. No, it doesn't say he's the firstborn of God. It says he's the firstborn of all creation. So you telling me creation produced Christ?
Yeah, they can't. They wouldn't be able to say that.
Exactly.
Dude, you are funny.
So now you got out of the story. Any other questions you have, young man, on Jehovah's Witnesses?
Yeah. I guess about the when they say like the Elohims, or this is more for like
Elohims. You know, Elohim is plural. When you add an S, you don't make it more plural. You know that.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I was talking. Okay, I guess it's not really Jehovah's Witness, but I talked to Mormon too.
Yes, that's right. They do believe that. Yes.
Yeah, and you were talking about yesterday actually on the live about kind of funny because I used your article against the Mormon, and he's saying that in Genesis the Elohim is gods, not God.
Yes,
And
I know. He says that. Yeah, he's a special kind of stupid. Yeah.
so
You want me to respond to that, or go ahead? But go ahead. Yeah.
so they're saying, where do you get that from? And then I said the apologist. I forgot who the apologist was. It's an Egypt apologist. You have it on your article, on your blog.
I don't know what you're referring to, though, because you're confusing me, young man. An Egyptian article? What are you talking about, brother? You know, you know that you've come to faith. You got to stop smoking hashish, right? So what's the argument? You confused me, man.
It's you have it on your blog. I'm not. I forgot.
Okay. What about Egypt?
It's the Egypt apologist. I don't know. That's what it said.
There's an Egypt apologist. I didn't know Egypt is an apologist. Egypt was a land.
Me too. But anyway, so how can I get them to see that it's not plural?
Okay. On my blog, I have an Egypt apologist. I still don't get it.
Okay, forget that. It might sound stupid, but just forget that.
No, because you're confusing me. Very simple. Genesis 1:1. Elohim, say Elohim doesn't always mean gods. How do we know? Because it says, in the beginning, created Elohim. The verb created is singular. Elohim, he created.
Okay.
Okay, so he's asking me, how do I prove to someone that Elohim doesn't always mean gods? Very easy. I'm going to send you the link right here, guys. Because if you go to Genesis 1:1, it says in the beginning, right? Bara is singular, means he created. So the Elohim is a he. He created. That's proof they're not gods, but it is the one God. He created all things. So the singular verb show it's not separate gods. Now that doesn't mean the one God is not more than one person. You can have one God that is more than one person, but because they're one God, their action is one and the same. So you can group their action as a single act. So when the Father creates, the Son creates, the Holy Spirit creates, that's not three gods creating. It's the three persons who are the one God. So when they create, you can say the one God created. You understand the point?
Yeah.
So here it shows you that the Elohim is not separate gods because it says Elohim, he created.
Yeah.
But
So
that still will open the door to the possibility that this Elohim, though he's one God, may not be only one person.
Yeah. So, do you have to know Greek for this? Because it's on like.
It's Hebrew, by the way. No, you don't need to know, but I mean, it'll help you because if you just argue from English, you can't see these nuances. So that's why, because internet, I just gave you this, you don't need to read Hebrew. It's right here, transliterated. It's look here, verb, cal, perfect, third, masculine, singular.
Yeah.
So you're spoiled, brother. You live at a time where God has spoiled you with such knowledge to destroy heresies. But
I'd rather live in the 80s, to be honest.
What is it? What is it?
I said I'd rather live back then, to be honest. Nowadays, kind of sucks.
Well, I mean, it would have been harder to prove your case back then.
True. That's true.
So there's a blessing and a curse in every age. Now, that Elohim does not always mean gods. Okay, here it is. Exodus 7:1. So said Yahweh to Moses, see, I have made you Elohim. Okay, It says, God will make Moses Elohim to Pharaoh. Is Moses multiple gods?
No.
But it says he's going to be Elohim.
Yeah. That's
exactly. 3-pack. You got it, bro. Shoot. 3-pack, you ain't as dumb as you look, Holmes. But anyway, you caught it?
Yeah.
So if Moses is Elohim, and Moses is one singular human being and one person, how can Elohim mean gods?
That's oh my gosh, that's a great point. Yeah.
Exodus 7:1. Yeah, I'll give you an update on Patrick and David. They reached out to me yesterday. Hold on. So you see that right there?
Yeah.
Okay, another one. Wow. Psalm 45, 6-7, which is applied to Jesus, okay? Yeah. And I'm going to show you what it's in the Hebrew. Now, did I give you the link? Now, you know how to navigate this, or I have to give you all the links?
No, I got it. I know where this is. Yeah.
All right. So you go to Exodus 7:1 now. You go to Psalm 45, 6, right here. This is about Jesus, and it says, to Jesus, God is speaking to Jesus. I'm going to show you, but first I want you to see the Hebrew. What? Snap. Oh, snap. Man, you laugh at me. You laugh at me.
Dude, you're funny. What am I supposed to do?
Well, people say I'm funny looking, funny smelling, and my love handles are not too funny to look at. So what part of me are you laughing at, mister?
Your jokes.
Chris, ask me again if I left the Assyrian church and I'm still in it, and I'm going to send you to Mike Winger, and hopefully you won't leave Mike Winger. Ask that question again, Chris, one more time. No, I have not left the Assyrian Church of the East, because to be in the Catholic Church, to be a Catholic means you can still go to the Assyrian Church and love and respect the Assyrian Church and accept their sacraments. You don't believe me? Go watch and read the documents between the patriarchs. That's why I can still go to the Assyrian Church and take sacraments if they'll have me. They may not like me, and I don't blame them. I don't like myself. If I was a church, I'd throw myself out too. And don't forget, I'm not even Catholic. I'm Buddhist for the Pope. Thinking rat. All right. Psalm 45, 6, it says, your throne, Elohim. So God is speaking to the king, and he calls him an Elohim. Is that king multiple gods?
No.
Is he multiple human beings?
No.
All right. Now I'm going to tell you who the Elohim is that God is speaking to. Now notice, guys, it says, your throne, Elohim. So he's talking to Elohim, and notice, throne is singular. Your, singular, throne, singular. Your, singular pronoun, throne, singular noun. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if it's more than one, let's say, right, your, and we use the plural thrones, or your plural throne. But you get it. You understand, right?
Yeah.
But now let's see who this is referring to. All right. Psalm 45, 6-7. I'm not even Catholic. I'm a Buddhist, dude. I'm a Buddhist for Jesus. Buddhist for the puppy. Why are you laughing at me, man? What's wrong with being Buddhist for Jesus?
A lot of things. Buddhist?
Yeah. Buddhist can't be saved? You mean if a Buddhist becomes a Christian, he can't be saved? Well, you sinner. Anyway. Okay, here it is. Your throne, O God. Remember the Hebrew was Elohim, right?
Yeah.
Your throne, Elohim, is forever and ever. A scepter of uprightness is the scepter of your kingdom. You have loved righteousness and hated wickedness. Therefore, God, your gods, so notice, Elohim has an Elohim. Therefore, Elohim, your Elohim.
Wow, yeah.
Okay, but now, who is this? Let's go here. Hebrews 1, 8-9. But of the Son, he says, your throne, O God, is forever and ever. So according to New Testament, who is the Elohim of Psalm 45, whose throne is forever?
Jesus.
So Jesus is called an Elohim. So Jesus is more than one God? More than one person?
Oh, wow.
So if Jesus is called Elohim, does that make him three gods?
No.
Does it make him three persons?
No.
But he's called Elohim. That's the Hebrew. It's Elohim. Your throne, Elohim.
Yeah, that's another good argument right there too, actually.
And then it says, therefore Elohim, Jesus, your Elohim. So Jesus has an Elohim. Therefore God, your God. Guess who Jesus's Elohim is?
The Father.
You got it. So the Father is called Elohim. Does that make him three fathers, three gods?
No.
All right. There you got it, Holmes.
I used that before too.
You did what?
I've used that argument too.
So now, here, this psalm is about Jesus. So in Hebrew, Jesus called what?
The Elohim.
But he's not three Jesuses, three sons, or three gods, right?
Yeah.
Now, when they translate it in Greek, guess what word they use in Greek?
Let me see. I don't know.
That's right here. It uses theos, singular. Your throne, O God. So what's the word?
Theos.
But that's singular.
Oh, wow.
So they understood Elohim to be singular theos, God, not gods.
Dang. So how can, like, this is like kind of switching the goalpost a little bit, like going to like a Jehovah's Witness. If you use that against them, how could they not prove it? Like, how can they say
No,
that's
they'll
not?
say, well, yeah, he is a God, but he's not God Almighty. He has a
That's
God
not what
over him.
it says. It's kind of
But they'll
dumb.
say he has a God over him. So how can he be God Almighty if he has a God over him?
But like he's the son of the Almighty, so wouldn't that make him the same
Yeah, but
essence?
Son will be subject to the Father, and they'll say the Father is greater than Son, and he has a God over him. How can God have a God over him? You got to answer that question. You not answer that or no?
No. How can a God have a God over him?
Yeah, you don't know how to answer that either. Okay. Have you watched all my sessions, brother? I mean, because I have like 20,000 sessions, because that's an objection. How can Jesus be God when he has a God over him? Guys, wait, don't go anywhere, because this young man is important, because he's witnessing Jehovah's Witnesses. And when he takes off and becomes famous on TikTok and makes millions, he knows where to find me.
I got some followers on TikTok.
No, I'm just saying, when you make the millions, you know who you're going to holler at, right? Holla, holla.
You.
Bling,
All my
bling.
glory.
Remember, 20% of what you make goes to my ministry.
But,
If
okay,
not,
fine.
I know where you live, and I'm going to dox you. All right. Okay, so you don't know the answer to this one here. They're going to bring this up to you. Say, hold on, mister. Well, Jesus has a God over him. Jesus has God. Now, he's in heaven right here, right? So I want to let
Yeah.
you read this so I can walk you through this.
Okay.
Jesus is speaking. Revelation 3:2. What does he say?
Wake up, and you're strengthened the things that remain, which were about to die. For I have not found the deeds complete in the sight of my God.
So Jesus in heaven has a God?
Yeah, I guess.
So how you going to answer that, Mr. Trinitarian? And who's his God? He's going to tell you right here who's his God. Revelation 3:5.
He who overcomes this, thus be clothed in the white garments, and I will never erase his name from the book of life, and I'll confess his name before my Father and before his angels.
So who's Jesus' God, homie?
The Father.
Damn, Gina. Does the Father have a God? I don't think so. Now, Revelation 3:12. Notice how many times Jesus is going to refer to having a God. Read it for me.
He who overcomes, I will make him a pillar in the sanctuary of my God.
Wait,
And
he said my God, right? That's one time, right?
yeah,
Uno.
and
What?
he will never go out from it anymore, and I will write on him the name of my God,
Dos.
and the name of the city of my God,
Tres.
the new Jerusalem, which comes down out of heaven from my God,
Cuatro.
in my name.
Cuatro, homie. So how many times does he say he has a God?
Kratos.
Okay, 4 times. So how do you answer that, Mr. Trinitarian?
That's what they say too.
Yes, how do you answer that, Mr. Trinitarian? You're silent now. Oh, you thought you thumped me. Ha, ha, ha. Come back to the Jehovah's Witness, loser.
No, because I got Sam Shimon.
Who sounds like a baboon? All right, now, here's your answer, Holmes. Okay, Holmes? Jeremiah 32, 26, 27. Read this for me.
Then the word of Yahweh came to the Jeremiah, saying, Behold, I am Yahweh, the God of the flesh. Is anything too difficult for me?
This is why I love you, Ace Dripper. You guys, you made me proud. What's the goal of these sessions articles? You learn the argument, destroy it, and master it. So when Ace Dipper, King Silv answers right, you make me proud. I love you guys. Ace, I love you, man. Just keep dripping. All right. Can you stop breathing in the mic, man? Because that's not how you're going to get married.
Sorry. Okay.
Let me just tell you something, mister.
What?
Women don't want you to be like, oh, yes, I'm so hot. I'm too sexy for my shirt. Oh. They think that's like a turnoff. Anyway, if you are flesh, Yahweh's then what? Yahweh's the God of what?
Of flesh, of all flesh.
So if you're flesh, what does that make Yahweh? He makes Yahweh your what?
God.
The God of who, though?
The God of all flesh.
And if you're flesh, that makes him what? Your
God.
Take it easy, right? All right, now, here's what I need you to explain to me. Did the Father become flesh?
No.
Did Jesus become flesh?
Yes.
And if he became flesh to serve the Father, what would the Father become to Jesus?
God.
Thank you. So why is that a problem that Jesus says, my God, when he's still in flesh, glorified flesh, he's still a man?
Yeah. It's not a problem for me.
It'd be a problem for them, but they'll say, but no, he's a spirit. He's got no flesh. He's spirit, son. He ain't a man. Right, that's what they're going to tell you, right?
Yeah, and then I think you told me this. He's still a descendant of David. How can he still
That's
be a
right.
descendant? Yeah.
Revelation 22:16, son. We're going to have some fun. Heaven, it says, I am, not I was. I am what?
I am the descendant of David.
How can he be the descendant of David if he's not a man?
Yeah, I haven't brought that up yet.
That's it. You got your answer when they bring it up to you. Say, hey, how can he have a God? All right. Now, if you have more questions, let me put you in the back. Let me take some more. If you have more, go anywhere. I'll bring you right up because there's one guy, son of the left, is getting upset because his right became left. All right?
All right.
All right, buddy.
Thank you.
Don't go